Hey, Faith Plus Motivation friends, it's Em here. I just wanted to touch base. It's the new year. It's been a while, and I really wasn't sure which way I wanted to go with this. So for the new year, so I've just kind of taken a step back and just tried to see what and which way to go to talk with you today. So anyway, I really wasn't planning to do this, but this morning, I guess it was around 5:30, my dog woke up and she's so nervous. We had some thunderstorms that were pretty rough this morning, pretty loud thunder, lightning flashing, and rain coming down hard. And I needed just one more hour of sleep. Because, and I really needed the rain to be gone because one of my buddies was doing an event today, and he and his staff have planned all year, and they had a run this morning, and I wanted it to go well for him, and I was going to go and run, and some of my kiddos from my school were going to, go and do, but because we knew this weather was coming in, we knew that possibly a lot wouldn't get out in it. And so I thought, well, even with the weather, I'm going to go, I'm going to show up because, the new year has really brought a new piece. So that's one reason why I look so good, because I am soaking wet. I went running in the monsoon this morning, which it did light up. I can't remember mile 4 or 5. But this is me. This is real. I don't have my glasses on because I did put my contacts in. So I'm going to read a scripture in a minute. I can't really read great without my glasses, but this is me. I'm real. This is who I am. So anyway, this morning I got my dog, got her settled, and the rain kind of stayed, but the thunder and lightning, it went away. And so I put on my running clothes and popped in my contacts and took another sip of my coffee, and I was out the door, and I pulled up and I got out. I went ahead and put my rain boots on. I hate for my feet to be wet. I do not like running in the rain. One, because yes, I might be in my early 40s, but I feel like my body is in its late 90s sometimes. And so I'm scared to run when the roads are wet. I'm terrified of tearing something. I don't want to be down because I've ripped my ACL or rolled my ankle, which, those are, well, the ACL hadn't happened before, but rolling that ankle has, and I don't want any part of it. So, but I was like, you know what? I'm scared of those things. I hate to be wet when I run. But today's not about me. It's not about me. It's about showing up for those who show up for me. It's about putting that piece of me on the back burner. And that's something that, that's a goal for me for this 2020 year, is to make sure that, one, I'm present, not just for my family, not just at my work, but for all of those who support me. So that's something that I'd like to do for others this year, and make sure that it's out there. At the beginning of the new year, one of my buddies texted me some pieces she was reading from a book. She's like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And I was like, oh my gosh, that hit me all in the face. And it was about walking in the wilderness and being out there and knowing that that God's got you and that He's got your back. So have you ever, raise your hand, I know you all have, secretly, I've done it secretly, I know you have those Facebook posts, that games and stuff that pop up that you're like, oh, I just want to see what this silly thing even says. Which princess are you? Which occupation would you really be, just by your profile picture? I know you've done it. I've done it. Oh yes. So you know what? I was laughing and playing around one day, and my buddy had texted this about, being in the wilderness, and sometimes you feel like you're alone, but you know what? You just keep going. And most of you that know me know about the mission that I have put in place this past few years, and that we're really working to move forward, so we can keep working with the kids that we work with and keep pushing through where God has called us to step out of the boat. That's just a big thing with me. A sailboat, seeing it in the ocean, and even when it's rocky, God calms the storms. We've seen that in the Word. We've seen that in all the scriptures that we've read. And so, being in the wilderness kind of connects with me and relates to me as being on that boat and stepping out when God asks us to. And so, when my friend sent me that, it reminded me, that this 2020 year, that that's what I need to remember. That's what I need to remind myself on those low days where, the devil's quite jumping in and he's kind of got your anxiety undone. That's happened a little bit since this new year's begun with me, just to be completely transparent and honest. And it kind of got me to a point where I was physically sick. And so I had to remind myself that I can't allow those things to do, because, God's got me. He's got us. I'm holding his hand. I'm out of the boat. I'm holding his hand, and he's going to take care of all of it. So with that, as I was playing those funny little games, on Facebook, it was one of them, something to the effect of, what is going to be your scripture for the 2020 year? And I was like, let me just check it out. So let me share with you a little bit of that scripture, because it was quite exciting. And it was quite on time. And as silly as those games can be sometimes, this one kind of meant something to me. So in Isaiah, in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 19, it says, "Look, I am about to do something new. Even now it is coming. Do you not see it? Indeed, I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." So, that got in my head, and that helped ease that anxiety, because, he's going to make a way in that wilderness. He's going to put a river in that dry desert, and he's going to hold your hand. And, you might not see it, but look for it. It's coming. It is. Everything's coming, and he's making all things new in this new year. So I pray for you, friends, that he makes all things new. And as I was running today in the midst of the rain, and yes, I thought it had been about 6 months since I've run a 6-mile distance. But as I looked at it last night, it's been this time last year since I've done that. So I haven't gone further than about 3 miles at a time. I have over a course of a week. I've done, 12 to 15 miles, but not at one time. So today as I was running, going, I haven't quite done this in a while. My legs are burning. My breath is short. Take a deep breath in. It's okay. Just cross the finish line. It doesn't matter what your time is. It just matters that you showed up today. You showed up in the midst of a storm for your friend, and literally, and that everything's not about you. That everything isn't about me. Everything is about what God's doing and what God has in place, and where he needs me, where others need us. So my goal for the year is to make sure that I'm present, not only for my family, but for my friends and for the kiddos at my work. And for those staff that are there, that day in and day out, they show up, they work hard, they do what they've got to do, because it wouldn't make without them. So here we are in this new beginning, in this new time, even in the wilderness or in the desert or in the sailboat, stepping out on that rough water. God's got the peace, and I'm here to open my eyes to see it and have an open mind to see which way he takes it. So in this new year, enjoy, friends. In this new year, I challenge you to take yourself out of the equation and do something for somebody else, which I know you probably already do. I'm sure you have a special group in your heart that you make sure that you check in and you take care of them too. Don't forget to take care of yourself, because without you, things can't get done. So keep that faith going, keep that foundation being built, and keep that motivation high so you can move forward and you can be the best you that you can be, and that you can be the best for others that you can be, because we're a family. That's what it's about. A community's got to come together to be able to move forward. How big or how small that community or that family is, it doesn't matter, as long as we have it built on the faith and the foundation that God lays before us. So until next time, have a new and a wonderful year. Enjoy your weekend. I pray for great weeks to come, and I hope to hear from you soon. Take care. Bye.